Zaldrizes buzdari skosdao.
Alright, so we have another round of House of the Dragon leaks. I've actually been accumulating these over the past week or so. They're thanks to user UnboxHD on Twitter and also Redanian Intelligence. In this video, I'm going to discuss those images, and beware, there's probably going to be another video dropping within the next 24 hours of some more leaks that are coming out, because for the past couple weeks, they've been setting up this location. They're going to be doing a lot of filming. But please, before I jump into any of that, if you enjoyed this video after you've watched it, slap a like on it. Please, the like goal is going to be 420. Get it? And then also, if you're a really big fan of my content here on YouTube, not just me, but anybody that you watch and you just haven't pulled the trigger yet, go ahead and do so and subscribe. It greatly helps out my channel, and like I said, anybody you're a fan of. It's one of the best things you could ever do. Okay, so let's talk about the two most exciting images first. We have Criston Cole with short hair. Now, we've actually seen Cole before. Remember when they were filming the scene in which Jaehaerys' body is paraded through the streets of King's Landing on the funeral wain, and then on the back of the wagon we have Alicent and her daughter Helena, right? In that scene, we've seen Criston Cole in the mix, right? He's the, obviously, Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. He's going to be really close to his royal subjects, or his royal, well, bosses. But here's another image of him, right? And this is right before the Battle of Rooks Rest. He's got short hair. He's full armor. He's about to go and get on his horse, it would kind of looks like. The reason why I say that is because at a very similar location, we have the next actor that was spotted on set, and we haven't actually seen this dude yet. Freddie friggin' Fox. He's gonna have red hair, the same color red hair as Alicent. That's really interesting. Sir Otto has like a blondish, reddish hair. I would assume they get that from their mother. Their mother probably has red hair, right? So this is Alicent's little brother. The look on the dude's face is quite comical. There was a few different images from a video, right? I pulled, a screenshot from that, but he kind of looks like he just says something sassy or something smart alecky, right? And like I said, the location is like this stable where they've got their horses tied up, and Cole is kind of right next to him. So that's really cool. We get our first images of Freddie Fox on set, and we've seen Criston Cole a few times. And then next up, the next leaked image I want to talk about is, this was actually sent to me through the DMs over on Instagram. Speaking of which, please go follow me at Sir_Hunts_reviews on Instagram. But this user, Chloe Batty, sent me 4 different images that were from filming right next to where they lived at. This one right here is really interesting because it's just, 4 fake tree posts, but they mentioned in the message they sent with me, which I tweeted on Twitter, so go follow me on Twitter as well if you can. This is the second dragon crash site. So Meleys or Sunfire will be landing here, and this image of the other crash site is where the other dragon's going to be landing. Now, if I had to guess, it's kind of hard, right? But if they add some more props to it, I would think that the bigger crash site is where Meleys lands, right? Because Meleys is a bigger dragon than Sunfire. So just from that standpoint, we'll be able to tell even if they don't add anything. But if they film something and they got a bunch of Aegon soldiers outside of whichever crash site, that's the one that we know that's where Sunfire lands at, because Sunfire actually survives, and Sunfire feasts on the corpses of the fallen dead of the battle. And it's not exactly in canon, but in my opinion, that's what makes Sunfire so bad, BA, right? Because, when you're reading Fire and Blood, you try to figure out how, or why rather, Aegon and Sunfire's bond is so strong. Well, it's because they've been through several battles together, right? And the first one being Rooks Rest. Sunfire was near death, but then comes back from that and finds his way to Aegon on Dragonstone. And this is after he's unable to fly from the battle. Part of the reason why he has to feast on the corpses is because Meleys nearly rips his wing off. So this will be really interesting. I guess that theory was kind of like a, Saiyan theory. Every time a Saiyan fights and gets near death, they come back stronger than ever. Then next up, we have some images of a campsite. This is going to be a campsite for Aegon's bannermen. There are some shields in the background. I believe one of them is Darkling, but we see Aegon's banner in full glory. I'm really excited for how it looks. It's awesome. It's a perfect combination of his Hightower lineage and then also his golden dragon Sunfire. Like, what is really interesting, at least we haven't seen it quite yet, is Rhaenyra's banner, because she actually quarters it, like cuts it into 4 pieces, and she's got 2 Targaryen sigils, right? But then she's also got a sigil for House Aaron, and then a sigil for House Velaryon. House Aaron's for her lineage through her on her mother's side, even though her parents are cousins, right? And then House Velaryon's obviously for her husband, ex-husband, Laenor, Velaryon's lineage. It's kind of cool. Like, if they do it right, it could be kind of cool. And we've already actually seen an image of what potentially Rhaenyra's banner will look like, right? So initially, we all thought that Rhaenyra would have the quartered banner with House Velaryon, House Aaron, and House Targaryen sigils, but that's not the case. I think for the most part, with all of Aegon's troops rocking his banner, Rhaenyra is going to be the opposite, with like a black banner, golden dragon, instead of a green banner with a golden dragon on it. Then next up, we have this image of Eddie Eyre, who I think it's confirmed he's going to be playing Ormond Hightower. Ormond Hightower is the nephew of Sir Otto, right? And he's leading the Green's troops in the field at this battle known as the Battle of Honeywine. It looks like this character, whoever Eddie Eyre is playing, if it's not Ormond, is going to be at the Battle of Rooks Rest. It's quite easy to for the TV show at least, kind of mash some certain things together, and maybe Daeron actually gets his title of Daeron the Daring at a different battle. Maybe it's not the Battle of the Honeywine. Maybe it's a small skirmish outside of Rook's Rest, or something that leads up to Rook's Rest. But anyway, Ormond is getting vastly outnumbered, the Green troops are getting slaughtered, and then Daeron in canon shows up and burns them all. And then right after that, Ormond dubs Daeron the Daring because of his feats in battle. It'd be really cool if Eddie Eyre is playing Ormond Hightower, because his original character on Game of Thrones was Gerald Hightower, the White Bull, and his skill was greatly underutilized in that little fight scene at the Tower of Joy. Gerald Hightower, the White Bull, is a pretty badass dude. He's not necessarily on the same level as Arthur Dayne swordsmanship-wise, but he's the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. So anyway, if he is playing another Hightower, that'd be really cool. And then next up, we have these several different sequences, or images, rather, different sequences that are being filmed. Now, this is officially being filmed. Like, they're running through the battle skirmish. There were several video clips that were uploaded to Redanian Intel, and I kind of just took screenshots from those, because I got to be careful about showing full-on videos in my video, because I've gotten copyright strikes before, and in my opinion, it's just not worth it, so I'll just show images, right? But it appears as though the green side has formed a shield wall, and they're marching it towards the Black's army. Now, this is definitely Rook's Rest. Rook's Rest is one of the first massive battles that happens in the dance. Like, it's not a massive battle army-wise, but it's a massive battle dragon-wise, right? We have 3 different dragons facing off against each other. And you don't really see anything like that until the second Battle of Tumbleton, or if you really want to get kind of technical, even though the dragons aren't all fighting each other, at the Battle of the Gullet, right? So what's happening here is, as you can see from this image, this shield wall was crafted, and they're pushing it towards another enemy's defenses or siege line to sort of protect their front lines from arrow fodder, or becoming arrow fodder, rather. What's interesting is how massive this battle sequence is. There's several different angles in these images. Obviously, the people who were filming it were kind of far away, but you could just tell that when you think about it, rather, all of this CGI that's going to be added in on top of all this real-life action battle, this is going to be amazing. I can't wait. There was also images of Alan Taylor, and he's rumored to be directing episodes 1 and 4. He's got the most, and I say that with quotations there because he doesn't exactly have experience in it, but he's got the most Game of Thrones experience, right? He directed, his most famous episode was Baelor. That's the episode where Ned Stark dies, right? But he's going to be directing episode 4. We know this is Rook's Rest. He was pictured to be there, but like I said, with him having the most experience, that was a wise decision to put him as the director of these episodes. If it was me, I would have put Miguel Sapochnik in, because he did do the Battle of the Bastards, right? The greatest episode of Game of Thrones, one of top 3 for sure. But he doesn't work on the series anymore, so this was a wise decision. Let me know what you all think about these leaks down below in the comment section. I'm going to get the heck out of here. I know I'll probably be making another one here soon with some of the other leaks that are being filmed at this location. Thank you so much for watching, making it to this point. Please slap a like on it. Like goal is going to be 420. Also subscribe. And then a super special shout out to Tyler Schnabel, the North Must Remember, Breanne Johnson, Destiny Phillips 420, and Pebbles 83. They are all executive producers of this video and members of my Dragon Knight tier over on patreon.com, which if you want some extra content, please consider checking out. There's a bunch of exclusive videos and audio podcasts there, and I would really appreciate it if you consider joining. But either way, thank you for watching. Allora, senza trisa spostare, is costaur.